Welcome back to John's Sports Corner on the SosoBone Media Network. And let's start with cricket, lovely cricket, as the 44th Cricket Hall of Fame induction ceremony is scheduled for Saturday, October 4th at the Marriott Hotel in Windsor, Connecticut. This year's inductees include Cricket Hall of Fame President Shirley Matthews, Roland Butcher, Barbadian-born, and the first Black player to represent England in Test cricket, Ingleton Libert, Francis Finley, Dr. Atul Rai, Vernon Springer, Shaki Mohammed, Cecil Theodore King, and one Mr. Professor SosoBone Trevor Smith. And while Ivy Mahabir will receive the Cricket Hall of Fame Lifetime Achievement Award. But you know what I never understood, Trevor?
Yes,
in all the years cricket was played across the globe, none of the major cricket playing countries thought of a Cricket Hall of Fame until some four thinkers in Hartford, Connecticut, created one. What a vision.
Well, you know, John, we never had the internet, so we never were able to really see across the whole platform. Okay. And so that might have broken the relationship between the teams, between the countries. So you're not able to really unite them under one umbrella, even though on paper. But when you start looking and seeing them and start actually identifying some of the players that we used to hear about, John, then it stands to reason that now you might be able to create a platform where you can actually keep them, show them, have an archive, so to speak, a gallery, so that you can go back now. Because remember, in the good old days, apart from radio, you had to go dig through some newspapers, John, to see what the Garfield Sobers look like and Ron Kanai.
Yeah, but Trevor, you always have records, and you always have the records of the great players. And at least you had a picture. The question is, how come none of these countries, Australia, England, which is supposed to be the bedrock of cricket, India, none of them thought of a hall of cricket? And you have cricket, and you have baseball Hall of Fame, you have football Hall of Fame, basketball. So why not cricket?
I was about to say yes. Cooperstown was always there, very strong.
Always there.
Yes, so yes, and the NBA, was always there. So it stands to good reason that they were a little bit slow. And I would have thought that the major cricket power at the time would the UK, okay, which is where it actually originated from, would have been, creating that type of
the forerunner.
As the forerunner, would have been creating a whole library, an history of the sports.
Yeah.
To the extent that you'll be able to identify the great players of the past. I am not.
But then, Trevor, it takes some guys from the Caribbean up in Connecticut to decide one day around a bar to say, well, let us why not have a Cricket Hall of Fame?
Well, John, that's why Jamaica gets so much blame, John, because every time Jamaica come into something, they start talking about them run things.
Maybe it was a yellow yam that put that in them head. Well, why not a Cricket Hall of Fame? But you have to kudos to those guys up there in Connecticut who had that vision.
Yes.
And they have, it is not only for US cricketers, but cricketers around the world have been inducted into the first Cricket Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Up in Connecticut.
And it is strange that it actually evolved out of a country where cricket was not being played, according to the top leagues
On a wide scale.
on a wide scale, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Trevor, also we have to mark Sunday, May 25th on our calendar as the New York cricket family celebrate, or should I say memorialize, past stalwarts of the game at the Roy Sweeney Park, Gateway Park in Brooklyn. Festivities begin at high noon. Again, it's open to all. There's no fee at the gate. So just show up and help to celebrate the players and administrators of yesterday who have helped to build cricket not only here in New York but across the U.S.
Yes.
So and a lot of the New York Cricket Hall of Famers are involved in putting this memorial together.
Okay.
So folks, again, mark May 25th at Gateway Park. Cricket West Indies named a 15-member squad for the one-day tours of Ireland, May 21st through the 25th, and England, May 29th through June 3rd. Teenager Joel Andrew hauled in place of Shimron Hepmeyer. The squad is Shea Hope captain Joel Andrew, Kesey Carty, Roston Chase, Matthew Ford, Justin Greaves, Amir Jangu, Alzari Joseph, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Evan Lewis, Gudakesh Moti, Sharfane Rutherford, Jaden Seals, and Romario Shepherd. Former T20 captain Robman Powell was not selected. Assisting head coach Darren Sammy, an interesting selection, I think, Ravi Rampal as the bowling coach, replacing New Zealand's James Franklin, while Floyd Reefer is batting coach and Raymond Griffith the fielding coach. Cricket West Indies have also named a 15-member women's team for a white ball tour of England scheduled for May 21st through June 8th. The tour includes 3 2020s and 3 one-day internationals. There are 2 changes to the squad that contested the qualifiers earlier this year. 20-year-old Guyanese Rialana Grimond and Kititian fast bowler Jazari Clarkson replaces Jamaicans Rashada Williams and Chanel Henry. The squad is Haley Matthews captain, Shemaine Campbell vice captain, Alia Aline, Jazara Clarkson, Afi Fletcher, Sherian Fraser, Shabika Gajnabi, Janila Glasgow, Rialana Grimond, Zayda James, Kiana Joseph, Mandy Mangru, Ashmini Munisar, Karishma Ramharak, and Stefani Taylor. It's a crucial tour for our West Indies ladies who have slipped from 7th to 9th in the one-day international rankings. The first 2020 scheduled for Wednesday, May 21st at the Spitfire Ground in Canterbury. Game 2, Friday, May 23rd at the First Central County Ground in Hove. Game 3, May 26th at Ambassador Cruise Line Ground in Chelmsford. The one-day series, Game 1, May 30th at County Ground in Derby. Game 2, June 4th at Tunstall County Ground in Leicester. Game 3, June 7th, the Cooper Associates County Ground in Taunton.
Question for you.
England fast bowler Sophie Ecclestone has been left out of the English squad to face West Indies as England look to manage her return from knee injury. Following the disastrous Ashes series, Sophie is just one of several senior players left out of the squad by new coach Charlotte Edwards.
Mhm.
Top order batting star Maya Boshier is out, while Alice Capsey and Danny Watt Hodge will sit out the 50 over fixture. And West Indies A to host South Africa A team in a home series May 21st to June 11th. The tour will consist of 3 50-over matches and 2 4-day games. All games will be played at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground in St. Lucia. The first 50-over game, May 21st, Game 2, May 24th, Game 3, May 27th. Then the first of 4 4-day games, June 1st to the 4th, Game 2, June 2nd, June 8th rather, to the 11th.
John, a question for you, John. How does US cricket fit into all that is going on around tournament-wise, John?
Tournament-wise, they have their own tournament, Trevor. I really don't remember the start dates now, but they have um their cricket league then,
Yes.
a professional league. I think it's about. Well, I'll have to confirm the start dates for that.
Okay.
Um, but right now they're not. U.S. team is not involved in any international cricket.
All right.
Mm,
That was really the base of the question.
mm.
That is, do US cricket teams travel? I don't hear games being scheduled between New York and Atlanta, New York or Connecticut and New York, Atlanta, the places where cricket is now evolving.
Yeah, but Trevor, U.S. cricket administration is kind of in shambles. They're
Oh,
at odds with the ICC.
okay.
Yeah. And to be quite honest, I am not sure who is running U.S. cricket now, because I believe those who are supposed to be the U.S. cricket administrators have been suspended by the ICC.
Oh,
Yeah, but they're not. There's a they are at odds. ICC not happy with what's happening with U.S. cricket,
okay.
and there is talk about a group trying to take over U.S. cricket, but
Mhm.
that hasn't happened yet.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, updating the Cricket West Indies 2025 Women's T20 Blaze in St. Vincent, the Guyana women dethroned Jamaica women in Sunday's final at Arnoldville by winning the final in the Super Over. Jamaica batted first, women, and they scored 122 for 5 from their 20 overs. Chilean Nation getting 35, Abigail Bryce 32 not out. Neil Lachman 2 for 11 from 4 overs. Ashmini Munisar 2 for 26 from 4. Guyana, likewise, 122 for 5 from their 20 overs. Shemaine Campbell 54, Rialana Grimond 46. Jodian Morgan 2 for 25.3. So, with the scores knotted, the game went to the super over. Guyana scored 8 runs for the loss of 1 wicket in their super over. Jamaica scored 3 runs for the loss of 2 wickets in their turn at bat. So, Guyana are the champions for the first time
Okay.
of the T20 Blaze. And results in the Cricket West Indies Breakout League. Trinidad and Tobago Legions are the winners of the inaugural Cricket West Indies Breakout League, with the Leeward Islands as the Leeward Islands Thunder, the runners-up. Let's go across the pond, Trevor.
Mhm.
You know that line in one of Bob Marley's songs. war in the east, war in the
Yeah.
west, war up north, war down south.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, the tensions between India and Pakistan that led to the exchange of military action or military fire from both sides,
Mhm.
causing casualties actually on both sides, is on hold as a ceasefire was called on Saturday. Indian Premier League is set to resume now on May 17th, and so they are now busy in bringing back players to resume the season, with the Kolkata Knight Riders facing a must-win game against the Royal Challengers Bangalore at the M. Chinwasamy Stadium. Indian Premier League schedule has 16 games or matches remaining.
I wish they would
Pakistan,
separate on the.
meanwhile, Trevor,
Yeah.
Pakistan, meanwhile, had relocated their remaining Pakistan Super League games to the United Arab Emirates.
Oh.
Here's a fly in the ointment. The rearranged Indian Premier League will clash with the West Indies White Ball Tour of England. And
Oh.
while England players called by England, in Josh Butler, Jacob Bethel, and Will Jacks, will the IPL games, as they have been called to play for England,
Uh-huh.
so apparently they'll be missing the IPL games or the championship games down the road. Because, England call you, Australia call you, you come.
Uh-huh. And
Now,
you
Sherfane Rutherford is the only West Indian that has been selected who plays in the IPL, and he plays for the Gujarat Titans. So I am presuming that he will show up for that tour of England because he has been selected to play white ball cricket in England.
but John, again, yes, this sends a very bad message that somewhere along the line, either they did not know that there was going to be a conflict, or they did not care, John, if there is a conflict. So what
Well,
is
no, when the conflict started, the league was suspended for a week.
no, I'm talking about the rescheduling, John, of the games that
Oh, well,
is in the UAE. The rescheduling of the games
well,
conflicts with.
I don't know, Trevor, sometimes what you, I have to presume that although the games were rescheduled, and it has created a conflict then with the West Indies tour of England, I have to presume that consideration has been given to this. Teams knowing they're going to lose players, and they probably have brought in other players to replace the players that they lose. But sometimes the big bad wolf, Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Grand Slam track.
Mm.
The last version of Grand Slam track in Los Angeles clashes with Jamaica's national championships.
But money talks.
And there are athletes who will be running, who have been selected for Grand Slam track from Jamaica, who I am sure would like to make the Jamaica team for the World Championships. So we have to wait and see what kind of adjustment or will these athletes select Jamaica's national championships ahead of Grand Slam track.
Mm.
But we'll see. But the big bad wolf.
Yes. Mm.
I tell you what, Trevor, let's go to another break. And when we come back, we'll come back with some more cricket news. There's football, there's swimming, there's netball ahead of us. So we'll be right back.